Got action on the network, baby. Preseason week 2 live on NFL Network. Bears Giants tomorrow here on the East Coast. That kicks off at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Then it's the Browns at Colts Saturday 4 p.m. What's going on with Andrew Luck? You're going to want to look at Jacoby Brissett in that one. The Chiefs always put on a show. They face the Steelers at Heinz Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And then it's Cowboys Rams in Hawaii Saturday 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm excited for all of that. We've got 5 games tonight. We'll have highlights. We'll get you set with all the headlines you need. As we say, good morning to our guy, Will Silva. He's out in the newsroom in Culver. Hey, Will.
Hey, what's going on there, Kay and fellas? Well, we start in Cleveland, where Browns wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. may consider giving another pair of cleats to fellow wideout Damon Giuseppe, who talked his way into an opportunity to play for the team this season, or preseason rather. OBJ won't be getting much use for them these days. Either way, NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reporting OBJ has a minor hip injury, but it's not a hip pointer. According to Tom, he's expected to be full go soon. OBJ is sitting out team drills the past couple of days, but did participate in individual drills. If head coach Freddie Kitchens is worried, he's certainly not showing it, saying he thinks OBJ will be ready to go mentally. So now we'll finally see Cam Newton's new throwing mechanics at work. Panthers head coach Ron Rivera saying all the starters will play Friday night against the Bills. Newton will see his first game action since he underwent shoulder surgery in late January. Now, Newton has his weapons in Carolina, but nothing quite like the ones Patrick Mahomes has at his disposal in Kansas City. There's human cheat codes in that wide receiving core, and guys like tight end Travis Kelce know it. He sees the speed on display during practice all the time, and to opposing defenses, Kelce says, good luck.
Anything we want to do, man. I mean, you name it, man. We got 4-2, 4-3, maybe 4-1. I don't know what Tyreek runs now. Who knows? But we got guys that can absolutely fly all over the field, and speed kills in this game. If you got it, you're in the advantage.
Kelce and the Chiefs scoring 30-plus points in 12 games last season. And keep this in mind as well, the last team to lead the league in total offense in back-to-back seasons was the Saints in 2008 and 2009. And in 2009, they went to the Super Bowl. So, Kyle, you've highlighted that legion of Zoom. And certainly, these guys know how to put up a lot of points, and they'll probably do so this season.
I've talked about this for weeks, that I think they may have the fastest trio in NFL history, and I've asked our viewers if you can name a faster one. Tell me. Someone found one. We'll get to it later in the show.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay, that's a tease.
Thank you so much. Well, on that note, let's go to some what happens first. I know a couple things about you, Kyle Brandt. You do love the speed of this Chiefs offense. You also happen to like the defense of the Chicago Bears. So you're hearing Travis Kelce there talking about how they're going to score a ton of points this season. They've got the firepower and the speed. What happens first, though? The Chiefs put up 50 points or the Bears pitch a shutout?
You know, it's incredible. We were talking about this, that the Chicago Bears, the great monsters of the Midway, the defense, has not had a shutout since 2010. It's been that long. It's been almost 9 years. It was against the Dolphins that year. Peter, can you say who the Dolphins quarterback was that they shut out?
AFC East Michigan legend, Chad Henne.
And he was out that game. Tyler Thigpen.
Tyler Thigpen, lefty.
Okay, the answer to the question is the 50
Tricky
points.
Question.
50 points for the Chiefs.
Really?
They got 40 points 4 times last year. They got 50 once. Yeah. In this day and age, it's a lot easier to get 50 than to shut out. There's a lot of offense. I think that the Chiefs will get 50.
They were one of 4 teams to do it last year. The Rams, Saints, and Steelers also.
I remember that 2010 Bears defense. I mean, we're talking Briggs, Urlacher, Peanut Tillman. That was a nasty
Briggs
defense.
was nice, dude.
Oh, my God. The hardest hit that I've ever taken in the league was by Lance Briggs. But I'll say the Chiefs as well. It's the era where teams will run up the score and they don't dial it back. This is like college football. The reason I say 50 is because Pat Mahomes can get on a heater in the third, fourth quarter, and Andy Reid can say, you know what? Let's keep the offense going. I've seen this plenty of times over the last couple of years where head coaches say, run it up. Just like they're sitting there in the casino. Go ahead and run that bank account up. So I'm going with the Chiefs.
It's so much harder, I think, in the league right now to have a shutout than it is to have an offensive explosion. I'm going to go with the Chiefs, too. I think we're going to have to say that because in the NFL, it's so rare now to see defenses dominate a game. The Bears did it so many times last year, and they still didn't shut anybody out. The Chiefs, they could put up 60 in a game this season. That offense might not stop. They might never punt this season.
That said, twice as many teams teams last year pitched shutouts, then put up 50 points.
Is that right? All right, well, then I guess let me get out of this hole.
Weirdly, the Colts, but how weird is it? The Packers did it. The Packers defense pitched a shutout.
Is that true?
Was it a Week 17 game?
I don't know. I have to
No, Week 17 they played the Bears. No, I don't know what game that was.
Sort of wild.
Listen, there has to be some luck on your side.
see.
There has to be some injuries on the offense side of the ball. There has to be some mistakes on the offense side of the ball. It's not like old school where there's 85 Bears just going to punch you.
I stand corrected. I didn't know
Chiefs will put up 50. Even despite those numbers, I think
so,
Chiefs are going to do it. Cardinals believed in Kyler Murray so much that they shipped last year's number 10 overall pick, Josh Rosen, to Miami. Steve Keim told The Ringer what went into that decision, saying, quote, "You have to make the tough decisions and avoid the outside noise. It's unprecedented. I just felt that Murray was a generational talent that I could not pass up." So what happens first, Triggs? Kyler Murray wins a start or Rosen wins a start?
I'm going to give Kyler Murray the edge just because I don't know who's starting in Miami yet. I also think Josh Rosen's going to have a promising future. I just feel like this year, right out of the gates, Kyler Murray is going to surprise some folks. I've been very high on Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury's offense. I think Kyler will have some success early in his career. I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals. And Steve Keim calling him a generational player. Well, when you say generational, you're insisting that there's not other guys in his generation who are of that caliber. That's insisting that Mahomes isn't there and that Baker's not there. I would slow down with generational. How about just really good?
Steve Keim said that to The Ringer.
Well,
how does he compare to Jon Snow, though? I will also say Kyler. I don't know when Rosen's going to start. I don't know if he's ever going to start this season. Who knows? I have no clue. And I just think that if Kyler, he probably may take his lumps this year, but if he's going to get somebody, it's going to be early, especially before they've seen him, before they know what to expect. I think Kyler wins the game, and I think he wins it earlier.
Yeah, there's a buzz going on in Arizona, and I feel like he's going to lift this entire city. He's going to lift this offense. Haven't seen an undersized guy lift up Arizona since Steve Nash.
Okay.
Like he's going to do the same thing. He's going to have that type of impact where the guys around him are going to play at such a high level because this young, undersized, sometimes quiet superstar, just like Steve Nash, will lift up.
He's going to be raised in Arizona, is what you're saying? Incredible.
Well done, at Jimmy B with your
Take that one, Ringer.
So Jimmy Garoppolo had one that he'd like to forget at Niners practice yesterday. He was intercepted on 5 straight plays by their Niners defense. Now, Twitter was ripping this apart and eating it up. Garoppolo did respond, but though by tossing a touchdown on his next attempt after those 5 picks. So, Nate, you're feeling on Jimmy G now. Does this happen often? Like, what do you think? And first of all, the question then would be, what happens first? Jimmy G, or Kyle says something bad about Jimmy G, or the Niners make the playoffs?
I love Jimmy G, Nate. I don't say anything bad about him.
Yeah, he's not going to say anything bad about Jimmy G. You're going to say the Niners making the playoffs within that division?
What happens first, that or yeah?
Kyle's going to say something bad about Jimmy G. I know this is going to seem like I'm hating on the Niners again. Their division is too strong.
I did put you in those corners.
And the NFC is very tough. So I don't think they're going to be making – Kyle's mad at me now. I don't think they're going to be making the playoffs this season. It's going to take them a season to build, earn their respect, take their lumps, and then probably next year.
It's funny with the Twitter thing because you're right, Kay. All day yesterday it was Garoppolo stunk in practice. And it's like – how badly do you want to just take receipts of all those people? And then when he does have that run, like say, you're not allowed to do this. You were the one who was parodying him and joking with him. That's the problem with social media. The truth is, in that building, they're talking playoffs, and they think it's realistic. So, Kyle, I can't imagine you saying something bad about Jimmy Garoppolo, but I will say I think playoffs are a possibility. Let's just give you the floor.
What is his face?
I'll say something bad about Jimmy G right now. I'm mad at him right now. He left the toilet seat up this morning. He said, you know what? Last week, he came home. I made him some blueberry scones. I know they're his favorite. I had the apron on and everything. Walked right by me. You want to talk about interception? I'm trying to intercept him when he gets home between me and the film room, okay? I'm not in a relationship with the film room. I refuse to do it. I'm a monogamous person. He's married to that film room. I'm not into it.
Your love for that quarterback, Garoppolo, is strong, even after 5 interceptions.
Oh, that's Bay. But, I just wish I'd get a little more attention. That's Bay.
Have you ever met him?
Never.
Well, they call it the Bay Area.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I have to see that.
Is he on
At
Tinder?
GMFB with your thoughts. Are you a fan of the
websites.
Cowboys, the Cranberries, and Call of Duty?
Oh, who isn't?
Oh, but we've got a fantasy name for you. Whipping out the generator. The Cranberries, no need to argue. Linger.
Really
Monty,
good, yes.
I love it. And a name that you're not hearing enough about both on the field and in fantasy. Bucks wide receiver Chris Godwin is joining the show.
Hey.
Shrakes hit up that text chain with a lightning grab.